Chapter 8. The Nurse's Quiet Miracle. Morning light spilled through the glass doors of Mount Hope Medical Center, glinting off the linoleum floors. I'd been invited by a nurse named Angela, whose reputation wasn't for her medical skill, though she had plenty of that, but for her unwavering faith. They said she prayed over every patient she tended, even when hospital policy frowned upon it. When I found her, she was sitting in the staff break room, sipping coffee and thumbing through a small, worn Bible. She smiled when she saw my recorder. "You don't need to record a miracle," she said, "but I'll tell you about one." Angela's story began years earlier, when she was working the night shift in the intensive care unit. "I was burned out," she admitted. "I'd seen too much pain, too much death. I used to go home and cry, wondering where God was in all this suffering." One night, she said, a young man had been rushed in after a terrible accident. The doctors said there was nothing more they could do. "I stood by his bed," she recalled softly, her eyes glistening, "and I heard his mother whisper, 'Please, someone pray.' No one moved, BJ. Everyone just looked away. But I couldn't. So I did." Angela placed her hand over his and prayed aloud, tears falling freely. "I didn't ask for signs or wonders," she said. "I just asked God to be near." She quoted James chapter 5 verse 15, "And the prayer of faith shall save the sick, and the Lord shall raise him up." That young man, who doctors declared had no chance, woke up 3 days later, whispering, "Tell the nurse thank you." Angela smiled through tears. "It wasn't me. It was never me. It was the Lord." Since that night, she has quietly prayed for every patient, often under her breath, sometimes just holding their hand. "Healing isn't always physical," she said. "Sometimes it's the peace that passes understanding." As we walked through the ward together, she stopped by the window of a recovery room where a little girl slept, a cross necklace resting on her pillow. "That one right there," Angela said softly. "Her father came to Christ 2 nights ago. He told me he saw his daughter smile in her sleep after we prayed. BJ, I believe God uses every tear for his purpose." Her faith, steady and quiet, moved through the halls like the fragrance of prayer, unseen, yet unmistakable. Before I left, I asked what keeps her strong in a place filled with so much pain. She answered without hesitation, John chapter 11 verse 25, "Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection, and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live." That's all I need to remember. And with that, she went back to her patients, Bible in her pocket, peace in her steps.